What is going on, YouTube? Espresso Shucko here, and today we are bringing Bargain Bin Urshifu to the Reg H ranked ladder today, and by that I mean Meowscarada. Yeah, it wants to be Urshifu so bad, but unfortunately, what separates Meowscarada from the world caliber champion that is Urshifu, said that a little bit weird, but anyways, is the fact that Meowscarada doesn't get Unseen Fist, which means its guaranteed critical hit move can technically still be blocked by Protect, but when it isn't blocked by Protect, it can do a lot of damage. Flower Trick here is naturally going to have Stab on top of the fact that it is a critical hit, and it's going to be further boosted up by a Choice Band, which means, yeah, Flower Trick is going to delete some things if we land it. The other thing, too, is we also have Terra Grass to double our Stab on Flower Trick. But if not, well, we do have Meowscarada's hidden ability of Protean here, which means Meowscarada is always going to have Stab on the first move that it clicks until it switches out, which means we can keep our Stab knockoff while dropping our Grass typing and therefore our weaknesses from the Grass type combined with the Dark type, which means we're going to have a significantly better time against a lot of other typings. We can always go for Stab U-turn to pivot out, and with the Choice Band, it's going to be a pretty decent hit and run there with the U-turn. And then we also have Triple Axel here, which can deal with some common Focus Sash Pokemon or just do some massive damage to Flying type Pokemon, or, threaten Dragonite, make Dragonite just fear God for a brief second, so we do technically have that. But that's enough about Meowscarada here. Let's talk about the rest of the team. We have Sneasler, Indeedee, Archaludon, Pelipper, and Incineroar. I don't know what I'm doing with my head there, but anyways, point is here, we have a Tera Flying Unburden Acrobatics set with the Psychic Seed as our consumable item of choice. Sneasler can go Tera Flying and then go for Acrobatics if it wants. It can also just take advantage of the fact that Unburden is going to double its speed and go for a nice Swift Dire Claw or Close Combat. Close Combat does a lot of damage coming off of Adam and Sneasler, which is relatively nice at the end of the day. And plus, most opponents are probably going to be expecting a Jolly set, maybe. I don't know. I've been playing Poison Touch coaching on Sneasler for so long, I've kind of forgotten about the Acrobatics set. But yeah, Acrobatics, it's going to be a fun time. My opponent might not necessarily be expecting the fastest Sneasler out there to just try to get around the opposing speed type. But yeah, we're going to be a little bit slower, but anything that doesn't have their Unburden proc, we are going to outspeed hardcore. And plus, Indeedee does have Follow Me here too, so it can further boost up either Sneasler's Acrobatics, Close Combat, or Dire Claw, or any of Meowscarada's 4 damaging moves of choice. We have Follow Me to redirect away attacks as well, which can benefit Meowscarada and Sneasler, as well as Archaludon and Pelipper. Not so much Incineroar, because Incineroar just doesn't really care, but yeah, I mean, Incineroar is also bringing the Intimidate support. It's, standard Incineroar things. And then as far as the last half of the team goes here, we have Archaludon to do what Archaludon does best. Sit on the field, get some stamina boosts, and then go for some big damage coming off of either Body Press or Electro Shot if we have the rain up. Draco Meteor can also do a lot of damage, especially if Indeedee goes for Helping Hand next to it. So we do have that. Pelipper here has a Focus Sash on it, as well as Wide Guard and Tailwind support. We have Weather Ball and Hurricane to do some big damage in the rain. And then finally, we have Terra Ghost, Safety Goggles, and Incineroar here with Parting Shot and Fake Out. So it might seem a little bit counterproductive to have Fake Out on a Psychic Terrain team, but the idea here is that we can also fake out any flying type Pokemon that aren't grounded, or if the Psychic Terrain is not up, well, we still at least have the access to the option of Fake Out. So we do have that. We have Parting Shot to pivot out, and that's going to be relatively nice too, because Archaludon is going to be a really nice candidate to switch in for either Incineroar itself or Meowscarada. Or we can also use Incineroar's relatively slow Parting Shot to pivot in Pelipper or Indeedee for that matter. I mean, really, it's going to be nice at the end of the day because we're pivoting in something at a reliably low cost. So there is that. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump right on in to the battles. Okay, we've got Pelipper, Talonflame, Pawmot, Primarina, Dragonite, and Overquill. Okay, so they definitely want the rain mode for sure, if that is Swift Swim Overquill. I mean, they could be trying to fake me out here, and that could be Intimidate. Not gonna lie, but Meowscarada looks really nice here. Meowscarada looks really nice for the flower trick. The Talonflame I do got to be a little bit weary of, but I mean, knockoff could be nice. So I think Meowscarada and Sneasler could be a potentially good lead with Indeedee in the back. I almost said Whimsicott. But yeah, Sneasler could be really nice in the back or in the lead here. But the other thing too is I don't mind bringing in Indeedee right out of the gate, since outside of a potential Ice Spinner off the Dragonite, I don't really see a main means of destroying terrain. So really, Meowscarada could probably do what it wants to do. I kind of want to bring Incin for the Fake Out into the Pawmot on the off chance that's Tera Ghost. I don't know if that's Haze Dragonite or that's going to be Inner Focus. So, yeah, you know what? Archaludon might be okay here. And I think I do want to bring Sneasler. I think Sneasler could be nice. And honestly, a U-turn off of Meowscarada into Archaludon would not be awful either. So, really, I could always go U-turn and follow me, or I could just go Helping Hand U-turn. If that's Talonflame in the lead, I mean, I wouldn't dislike getting knockoff into it. So Talonflame, Dragonite, okay, you know what, that's fine. Because I don't want to get burned, I do think a Follow Me knockoff into Talonflame could be really nice. And then I could always just hard pivot Meowscarada afterwards. So I feel like maybe Tailwind Stomping Tantrum, or it could be Will-O-Wisp. It could be Brave Bird too. Brave Bird would actually be really unpleasant, but ideally I would rather they try to do that because Psychic Terrain would protect both of these Pokemon. So there is that. Yeah, I don't want to take a Will-O-Wisp into Meowscarada and get burned, but I mean, the amount of damage I can do with Meowscarada if I connect knockoff into either of these Pokemon is going to be nice, especially with Protean. Making sure that I drop the grass typing until I switch, that could be nice too. I mean, I'll naturally have Stab on the dark typing to begin with because, you know, base typing, but it doesn't hurt to have. They're just going to protect Talonflame. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Probably want to see what I want to do, which, I mean, is going to be Follow Me, and I highly doubt this Dragonite can take out my Indeedee here, so I don't mind this. There is Ice Spinner. Okay. So that's fine. I don't dislike it. Yeah, okay. So Leftovers is going to help chip Indeedee's HP back up just a smidge. So let's see here. I think I'm safe to go knock off into you, and I think I'm safe to just... Yeah, I think I'm safe to Follow Me. I don't think an Extreme Speed knocks out Meowscarada. Extreme Speed will hurt, but I don't think it's enough to knock me out. I could be wrong, though. I have been wrong in the past, so we'll find out. I would love for this to be Scale Shot, though. I mean, Scale Shot into Indeedee would be alright. Yeah. Scale Shot would be okay, because then, I mean, I'm taking a little bit of damage, but at least that gives me an indicator of what this Dragonite's item might be. So, no Extreme Speed out of the Dragonite, so I shouldn't have to worry about that, unless it's an extraordinarily slow Dragonite. Talonflame goes for the Tailwind finally. Okay, they just went for Low Kick into Indeedee, so that would have been Meowscarada, which would have hurt. But I don't dislike this. Indeedee's going to get a tiny little bit of chip HP back. I think what I could do here is I could pivot to Archaludon with Meowscarada. And I think I just Dazzling Gleam. They might just expect to Follow Me off of Indeedee, so I mean, picking up Talonflame with Dazzling Gleam would be nice, and really being able to pivot in Archaludon is going to be okay. I mean, I don't love the idea of Archaludon taking a low kick off Dragonite, but I mean, surely they wouldn't try that again. They would just expect to Follow Me, right? Maybe the Ice Spinner into Meowscarada. I would actually kind of appreciate that more if they go Ice Spinner into Meowscarada. I mean, neutral typing matchup aside, but point is, I would love to get a free next to free defense boost off of ooh, Brave Bird. Okay. I'll take that. That might help deal with the low kick a little bit better. They're going to take a little bit of recoil too, which will knock them out. So, yeah. This Dazzling Gleam is going to do a little bit more damage to the Dragonite. And they also want Stomping Tantrum, which is great. So now what I could do is I could Helping Hand Draco Meteor. Yeah, I could do that. Tera Ghost wouldn't hurt. Yeah, Tera Ghost off of Archaludon wouldn't hurt, and then that way I become immune to low kick. I drop my weakness to Stomping Tantrum. We know 3 out of 4 of their moves because we also saw, yeah, we saw low kick, we saw Stomping Tantrum. I would assume maybe Extreme Speed. Maybe this is AV Dragonite. Yeah, maybe. I'm blanking on what the third move actually is. Okay, there's Pawmot, so you know what? I definitely want to go for the Tera Ghost to not take the close combat. I'm going to Draco Meteor into Dragonite. And I'm also going to Dazzling Gleam just to get a little bit of chip into the Pawmot. Yeah. So, we're going to get Terrestrialization out of the opponent right here. It's actually going to be Pawmot. Okay. Ooh, Stellar. Okay. Please go close combat into the Archaludon slot. I would really like that. I would really like that. Especially if Meowscarada can come and clean up. Yeah. Yeah, Ice Spinner, Low Kick, and Stomping Tantrum. Yeah, it was going to bug me until I actually said all 3. Oh, and there's the Extreme Speed. So, yeah, okay. So, that's got to be AV Dragonite. And you know what? That's fine that Indeedee's actually going to take that no problem. So, we're just going to ding them for some decent damage. And you know what? That's it for Dragonite. So, we're now down to Pawmot. And we now have whatever's in the back. So that's going to be nice. Indeedee is still around too, which is nice. And plus Meowscarada can threaten some offensive pressure. If I remember right, I think Meowscarada is faster. Okay, it's Overquill. Okay. Ooh, any Overquill at that. Okay. So, do I like that I'm a Ghost type in front of this Dark type? No, not at all. Do I like that I have a defense boost? Absolutely. I'm going to Body Press into the Pawmot, and I'm going to Follow Me just in case. Yeah, I'm going to Follow Me just in case. So, if I can get rid of Pawmot, this is going to be nice. Knockoff, okay. So, the good news is at least I dodged the close combat, but I mean, now they have 2 dark type attacks to be able to hit me with, which is not great. So there's a Throat Chop. The defense boost is coming in clutch, and this is actually going to power up Archaludon's Body Press. Not that it's going to matter because it is a Pawmot. They aren't exactly known for their defense, but being able to hit Pawmot for some extra damage is nice. And I could bring in Meowscarada. Oh, you know what? They had Tailwind too, so that's another good thing too, is I could potentially be able to do some massive damage with Meowscarada and Archaludon together. I do want to go for a knockoff into them, and I do want to go for a Body Press. The +2 defense might actually help in the long run. So, yeah. I'll just become a pure Dark type in this way too. I don't have to worry about my Grass typing. That's some decent damage. They were Clear Amulet, alright. And there is a Gunk Shot coming into Meowscarada, but because they left Archaludon alone, Meowscarada essentially did what it needed to do. And plus I have Sneasler to just come and clean up anyways, but yeah, I have Sneasler to clean up right there. Unfortunately, the Body Press wasn't enough, but being able to dodge the attack into Archaludon by having them target Meowscarada is nice. So Meowscarada didn't really get to do a whole lot right there, but I mean, removing their Clear Amulet and potentially removing a Sash would have been nice. And yeah, we're just going to click the close combat right there. So Sneasler's going to clean that up relatively nice. So pretty happy about how that worked out. It was also kind of nice that neither one of us brought Pelipper, so we didn't have to worry about giving that overkill speed, or rather, I didn't have to worry about it. They might have appreciated, but they were probably thinking they were fine with the Tailwind. But yeah, that worked out relatively nice. We took down Dragonite fairly quick thanks to the combination of the Draco Meteor and the Dazzling Gleam. And getting Talonflame off the field was definitely really nice too. Like, I'm glad they actually took themselves out with their own recoil, but I mean, Indeedee would have knocked it out at that range with the Dazzling Gleam. So yeah, overall, I think that was relatively solid. Good game to my opponent. Okay, we've got for Rigorath, Hisuian, Typhlosion, Rillaboom, Primarina, Whimsicott, and Ursaluna Blood Moon. Now, I do realize I did not bring Tailwind on this team, but that should be okay. Meowscarada can do a lot of damage with a banded knockoff if need be. Having Indeedee might not be bad. Being able to speed up Sneasler could be phenomenal as well. Honestly, I think Sneasler and Indeedee is a pretty solid lead here because I can always bring in, or I can go right for the Unburden right out of the gate, double my speed, and then even if they get Tailwind up, I mean, it's okay for the Typhlosion because we should still be able to outspeed them and do some decent damage in retaliation. I think we bring Pelipper in the back, and then this way too, Pelipper can always threaten the Rillaboom with a Hurricane. We can do some decent damage with Weather Ball to the Blood Moon. Typhlosion doesn't love the Weather Ball either, and this gets around if there's a potential Sunny Day off the Whimsicott, which I mean, you see Hisuian and Typhlosion and Whimsicott, you're bound to expect the Sunny Day. I think Archaludon is okay for the back as well, too. Like, Archaludon's a really solid closer, so really, if we get the rain up and Archaludon can get an Electro Shot or two off and boost up its special attack, great. I think that's fair. So, let's see right here. What is my opponent going to lead? If it's Whimsicott Typhlosion, having Pelipper in the back is going to be nice. It's actually going to be Ursaluna and Rillaboom, so you know what? That's fine. Depending on the speed investment on the Rillaboom, I should be able to get my Psychic Terrain after they get Grassy Terrain. So I shouldn't have to worry about Fake Out. Now, the one problem here is Sneasler does have the Psychic Seed and not a Sash, so that could be a little bit scary for the Ursaluna being able to hit me. That said, most of these do not run Tera Ghost, so I should be okay to just close combat, and I think I can follow me with Indeedee. I think that's okay, and then this way too, if they protect Ursaluna, I mean, it is what it is. We're going to see a Terastallization right out of the gate, so I mean, did I run into the one Ghost Blood Moon? I did. Okay, fun. Awesome start. Yeah, I mean, I'm used to the majority of these being normal, so I mean, it is what it is. The good news, though, because there is some good news here, is Indeedee's going to pull away whatever Rillaboom does. Oh, it's just going to be U-turn? Okay, so you know what? That's fine. A Hyper Voice could be unpleasant for Sneasler, but I mean, Sneasler should be alright at the end of the day. I could go for a Helping Hand Acrobatics into the Whimsicott. It's actually just going to be Earth Power into Indeedee, so you know what, that's fine. So, the question is what do I want to do? I think getting Pelipper out and being able to have the option to Wide Guard is nice. Even if they override my rain with Sunny Day, I mean, I have the Wide Guard, so that does let me get around a potential Hyper Voice. Yeah. I think Acrobatics is going to be some decent damage into the Whimsicott, and really, a Hurricane into the Blood Moon should be a lot of damage. Now, they are going to withdraw the... Okay, you know what? Rillaboom switching in for Ursaluna. I do like this. Hurricane is going to do a lot of damage. And really... Okay, you know what? That's fine. I can go for close combat. Fortunately, it's going to be into the Whimsicott slot, though. But, ooh, wow. That's still a lot of damage at the end of the day. Okay. How much damage does my Hurricane do to this Rillaboom? Awesome. Okay. No Fake-Out pressure. I really don't care about the special defense and physical defense drop. Like, that close combat just... Oh, that was awesome. Okay, so I can Hurricane into the Blood Moon. But what they might do is they might Sunny Day here. So I think I'm going to... I kind of want to bring in the Arch, but I kind of don't. Okay, so I can close combat you, and I'm going to Hurricane into the Blood Moon just in case. I might still connect this. I don't know. Probably not now with the Sunny Day. But I do get to knock out the Whimsicott at the end of the day. So if I can just do some massive damage to this Blood Moon, Arch can come in and go for a Flash Cannon, maybe pick it up. We are going to miss Hurricane in the Sun, unfortunately. And I just ate a Blood Moon. Okay. But I do have a Focus Sash, so there is that. Okay. How many turns of Encore do I have left? Because Tera Flying Acrobatics could be really nice. Right. So Typhlosion comes out here. I have one more turn of Encore, so, you know, that's not great. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to Wide Guard this turn with Pelipper just to get around the potential Eruption. I'll switch out Sneasler. The Typhlosion doesn't have speed working for them, which is nice. So long as they didn't Earth Power into the Archaludon slot, I should be okay. They Eruption, so Pelipper is going to keep Archaludon around for that. And they did Earth Power, but they went into the Pelipper slot thinking that I was going to switch Pelipper. Okay, you know what? That's great. I want to Draco Meteor you. And I don't know what to do with the Pelipper. I think what I'm going to have to do is just Wide Guard just in case they're choice locked. If they are, that would be amazing, because that Typhlosion is bound to be faster than my Archaludon. And I just realized, too, that I am still Terra Ghost. So, okay. Shadow Ball into Pelipper. That means we're not choice locked, so that's okay. If Draco Meteor can connect with Blood Moon here, that's going to be awesome. Not quite enough to knock it out, but I do think I saw a Life Orb. And then went Blood Moon, expecting the Terastallization to... Okay, yeah, okay. I'm good with that. So, Ursaluna faints. Sneasler can come in here in Acrobatics. I kind of want to go Tera Flying Acrobatics. And I don't want to play the accuracy game with Draco Meteor. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Tera Flying Sneasler, Acrobatics, and I think I'm just going to Flash Cannon for the chip, because that stamina boost is not doing me any good. So we'll go for the Flash Cannon just to do some chip, and we'll go for the Acrobatics here. So this should be all right. I mean, Sneasler does have a very, very good speed stat, so we should be able to connect our Acrobatics before Typhlosion moves. If they Shadow Ball me, they Shadow Ball me, but I'll get a little bit of chip into them, and this will reduce the amount of damage Eruption can do in the long run. So because we confirmed that they're not choice items, we don't have to worry about getting outsped by a Scarf. And honestly, I think that's enough range for my Flash Cannon. Also, look how pitiful that Eruption was. That's awesome. Okay. So, not a great start going close combat into the Tera Ghost Blood Moon, but I mean, we pulled it around. That's all that matters. Pelipper with the Wide Guard was really nice. And really, even Encore me into close combat with Whimsicott. I mean, yeah, that kind of backfired on them because close combat just did so much damage to them. So I'm I'm feeling like they weren't really defensively invested. I feel like there might have been more speed, special attack, or speed HP, like something like that. Because I feel like with the resisted hit off the close combat, Whimsicott would have taken that a lot better if it did have some defense investment. So I'm kind of curious about that. But anyways, that worked out pretty good. Good game to my opponent. Okay, we've got Amoonguss, Sneasler, Rillaboom, King Gambit, Dragonite, and Milotic. All right, so Incineroar might not be the best here because I have to worry about the King Gambit and the Milotic potentially getting boosts from Intimidate. Dragonite could potentially be Inner Focus. I mean, the Sneasler really threatens it too, so I don't think Incin is the way to go here. Meowscarada might be. Meowscarada can threaten the Dragonite with the triple Axel. It can also threaten the Rillaboom with it too, which is nice. I feel like that might be Sash Sneasler, which is okay. I need to figure out a good way of dealing with the Amoonguss. That's going to be the only problem here. If I can deal with the Amoonguss, that's going to be great. That'll open up things in the long run. Archaludon looks like it could be a really nice switch. I don't really have anything that I want to Electroshot outside of the Milotic, so I don't think I need to rely on Pelipper too much, so I think I can actually bring Sneasler. Having Sneasler and Indeedee could be really nice, especially since this is an Acrobatics set on Sneasler, so like being able to do some massive damage to stuff even without relying on Tera could be nice too. So yeah, I mean, 2 out of 6 other Pokemon do not appreciate an Acrobatics, so it's going to be Sneasler and actually 3 out of 6. So half their team doesn't appreciate the Acrobatics, so you know what, that's fine. Now, Sneasler is a little bit of a problem for Meowscarada, but what I could do is I could Fairy Tera. I don't love that. Yeah. I can triple Axel into the Sneasler, though, and just go from there. Even getting my Indeedee off the field so that my Sneasler can switch in for a nice switch save could be okay. Alright, so what do we have coming out here? It's going to be Terastallization on the King Gambit. Okay. Well, I really like that, because now if I can get the... if I can keep Indeedee, I do love getting the triple Axel off, potentially into that. Yeah, okay. I'm just hoping I can land all 3 triple Axel. Nope, okay. Coaching into Sneasler, okay, yeah, that's... Sneasler coaching into King Gambit, I mean. Yeah, that's not great for Indeedee. Okay. Silver lining. I could Acrobatics Sneasler. And I can hope Meowscarada does a better job of landing triple Axel into the Gambit. Yeah, I kind of need to do that. Although doubling into the Gambit might be okay too. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to triple Axel into you. Yeah, the button will click. And we're going to Acrobatics you. Just because I am a little bit weary of their Sneasler. So, I mean, they can't Sucker Punch Meowscarada. So, I mean, depending on how much this Bandit triple Axel does, it's going to do nothing. But you know what? That's fine. Alright, let's see here. We do get to pick up Sneasler, so that's great. No more coaching for you. And they did just go for a Protect here, so I mean, King Gambit looks like a nice, safe target to Dire Claw, potentially. Yeah, I could potentially Dire Claw them. If Rillaboom comes, that's going to undo the Grassy Terrain, or undo the Psychic Terrain and put... Yeah, okay. Not ideal. Now they can Sucker Punch. Okay. I can bring in Arch. And I'm going to protect Sneasler here just to dodge a potential fake out. Yeah. Okay. I gotta figure out what I want to do with the Gambit. Triple Axel would have been nice, but I mean, now I'm prone to taking Sucker Punch, so I'd at least prefer to become a Dark type again, and then go for the Triple Axel. I mean, technically I could have threatened Rillaboom here with either of these Pokemon, but I just don't want to lose Sneasler, potentially. So, we're going to play a little bit cautious here. Okay, I mean, I'm going to get a free defense boost. That's going to help in the long run. The King Gambit has an attack boost, though, so I do have to be a little bit weary here, but... Whew, yeah, that's a lot of damage still at the end of the day. Okay. I'm going to try to double up into the Gambit, maybe. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Body Press you. I'm going to try to split my damage just in case. I do still take that, which is okay. Getting Para or Sleep would be nice. Okay, we get the Para, so that's okay. I'm gonna lose Sneasler, but I get to keep I get to bring Meowscarada back in. So you know what? That's fine. All right, we half health the Rillaboom. The grassy terrain is gonna give it back a little bit more HP, but I mean that's nice. I think what I can do is I could Body Press into the Gambit. Or not the Gambit, the Rillaboom, because I feel like the Gambit might go for Protect. Thinking Sucker Punch is coming. And you know, I really don't hate going for Knockoff here instead. Especially if their last Pokemon here is something that can take Triple Axel. And yeah, there's the Protect right there off the King Gambit. So, I mean, I'm glad I went into the Rillaboom here. So, Meowscarada will become a Dark type. We should be doing some massive damage right there. Yeah, okay. So, Rillaboom's gone. The good news here, too, is the King Gambit just revealed that it's probably Black Glass. Well, yeah, I mean, King Gambit's protected already, so I don't know why I was making the, there's the Assault Vest when the Rillaboom had it, but you know what, that's fine. Okay, it's Dragonite as the last Pokemon. I kind of want... I mean, Triple Axel would have actually been really nice here, but I kind of want to Draco Meteor you and... You know what? I kind of want to knock off you. I'm at +2 on Archaludon. This might be okay. Yeah, I would have liked more damage there, but I mean, removing the Black Glasses is nice. Okay, and we take half of the Dragonite. So... We dodged the Scale Shot. That's awesome. Alright. There's a Sword Dance. Now you're getting a little bit concerning, but I mean, I think what I can do is I think I double into the Dragonite with the knockoff. Sucker Punch is gonna hurt, but I mean, I am a Dark type, so yeah. And plus, they might get parried, which might actually be kind of nice. Dragonite's gonna protect. You know, that's really dumb on my end, but I mean, we're saved by the para. Okay, we are saved there. What would have been funny though is if I actually went Electro Shot into the King Gambit, and then next turn just would have immediately fired into it for some super effective damage. But you know what? That's fine. Archaludon's getting a little bit of HP back too, which is great. I mean, that is our last turn of the terrain, but you know, that's actually really nice. I'm gonna Body Press, and I'm gonna hope I can take a +3 Sucker Punch. Yeah, because, I mean, that's not going to be great for me. But, I mean, if I can take this, that's going to help. That's going to help a lot. Dragonite dodging or missing the scale shot's nice. Archaludon, okay. That's the target. You know what? That's fine. Meowscarada is going to slap away whatever item Dragonite has. And that's more than enough to knock out Dragonite. Okay, good. Good. I don't know what Grud was supposed to be, but I mean, yeah, okay. There's Body Press. Not doing a whole lot of damage, but I mean, it's better than nothing. We're gonna Draco, and we're gonna knock off and just hope we can deal with this. I missed the Draco. Okay, that's a little bit scary. Kowtow is coming out. Meowscarada. Okay. You know what? Body Press is going to do the most damage, even resisted, so we're just going to do that. Sucker Punch knocks out Meowscarada, but I mean, that's fine. Body Press is going to knock out the Gambit here, so... Yeah, I'm very happy about how this worked out here. We got really lucky with that para off the Dire Claw. I mean, if I had gotten the poison, that wouldn't have been as good because the para did save us. I mean, sleep might have been alright, so yeah. Definitely helps that Sneasler came in clutch there. Sneasler was able to just, yeah, Sneasler saved the day. And that Meowscarada just did as much damage as it possibly could, so pretty happy about how Choice Bandit Meowscarada played out, even though we only did get the one hit on that initial triple Axel, but I mean, would have been better if I had gotten, if I saw the Tera Flying coming and just went right into the King Gambit. Maybe I would have hit all three, but doubtful. Anyways, good game to my opponent. Hey, thank you guys so much for checking out this Meowscarada team in action. I talked a big game here about Flower Trick in the opening of the video, but we didn't even need it today. We were able to go for some massive damaging hits with Choice Band boosted knockoff and triple Axel. I mean, we technically only landed the one triple Axel and the one hit, but it was still a decent chunk to that Sneasler that did take it. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how Meowscarada played out. And our own Sneasler cleaned up some fairly good games here as well. We were able to go for close combat, and despite it being resisted into a Whimsicott, we were able to two-shot a Whimsicott after being encored into it. Now, it was unfortunate that we tried to close combat an Ursaluna Blood Moon that went Tera Ghost, but we got around it at the end of the day, and that's really all that mattered here. We went 3-0, and I'm pretty happy about how that played out. Indeedee also had some good support here with the Follow Me. We were able to go for some Dazzling Gleams, and we were able to also bring in our Archaludon and go for some decent damage with the Flash Cannon and Body Press. Actually, I don't even think we went for Flash Cannon at all. I think it was Draco Meteor, which, yeah, that third game too. We did miss that Draco Meteor into the King Gambit, but thankfully it was able to seal the deal with Body Press. And plus, Pelipper also came in and was able to block an Eruption with Wide Guard. So overall, pretty happy about how that played out. So yeah, thank you guys so much once again for checking out the team in action. Be sure to let me know what you think of the team down in the comments below. And also, in case you didn't notice, which I don't know how, maybe this might be your first video of mine that you're seeing, new setup, which I'm pretty happy about. Yeah, we finally got the new setup up, and yeah, we're just gonna quickly do this. Ignore the Swiffer in the background, which I'm now blocking, but yeah, ta-da. New setup. Very happy about that. So yeah, more to come in the future. Anyways, I will see you guys next time.